Sporting Trials is one of the oldest forms of motorsport in the UK. It's an off-road event these days, but it originally started in the classic reliability trials that all the manufacturers used to do in order to demonstrate how good their motor cars were. The 750 Motor Club is a multi-faceted motor club. We're the Sporting Trials section. Most of our events are based in the southeast of England, although we do have a few in the southwest. There are other clubs that specialise in the Midlands and in the north of England. All the cars are built to a national formula that is defined by the RAC Motorsports Council, and that defines the minimum width, the minimum length of the vehicle, where the engine is located, the type of transmission, the fact that you're not allowed any limited slip or torque biasing differential, so you have to have a free and open differential, which makes traction quite a challenge. To try and tackle that, the cars are equipped with 2 handbrakes on the rear wheels. All the cars have to be rear-wheel drive. The 2 handbrakes on the rear wheels allows you to adjust the left or right-hand wheel in order to try and stop it spinning. Sporting Trials is a team sport. There has to be a driver and a passenger. The purpose of the passenger is to move around the cockpit of the car to bias his or her weight over whichever wheel has the least load on it. So when you're going on an uphill section, you need to be conscious of the camber and the gradient of the hill so that you get the maximum grip from the rear wheels. So the passenger could be considered a bit like a sailor in a dinghy. They're adjusting their position to balance the stability of the vehicle. To be a good crew, you have to understand each other. You have to be able to read the terrain, so that's looking carefully at the ground, not just the direction that the course takes you, but actually the ground itself. You're looking out for areas that are particularly muddy, wet, whether they might have vegetation on them. Today we've been challenged with bluebells, a lovely, quintessentially British spring flower. But when you drive over it, they ooze a very gooey sap out of them that's like trying to drive over oil. just have a British Championship. Unlike the Americans and ice hockey, we don't have a World Cup. In order to make it fair, because not everyone can travel to everywhere or people may have breakages, there are about 15 or so rounds in the agenda, but then you drop your worst scores and it's a certain number of rounds that count. So perhaps you make 10 or 12 rounds count out of a maximum possible rounds of 15 or 16.